Hey guys, below is the study guide for our midterm, and I'll go over the different sections here. As you can see, each section has a link where you can get all of the relevant information. So make sure you go through all of those pretty carefully. And I'll just say a little bit something now in general. So our first section is the 20 short answer questions, and these are 1 point each. So there's 20 of those. Those are taken straight off of our study guide and right from the reading. So we have that kind of longish list of study guide questions. These will all be taken from there. And actually, more helpfully, many will be taken from the quizzes, which by the time we take the midterm, we should have 3. There are also audio discussions, overview that I've given of those. I'll probably take at least half, maybe 15 of the 20, actually right from the quizzes. The difference is that they won't be in multiple choice format. So you will have to be able to provide the information I'm asking you for in a very short answer. It might be to define a concept. It could be as small as filling in a blank, but you will have to provide the information on the quiz. You have the multiple choices to help you remember stuff. So just that small change, don't underestimate how different it is to not have the choice prompts there, and for you to have to, remember the information without any kind of prompting. So if you study the quizzes in the right way, you should be pretty good on that. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. We will have a small fallacies section. I will have 5 passages that I present, and simply you will have to identify the fallacy committed. So we'll stick to the list of fallacies at the link. The little quiz that we had on fallacies is fair game, as well as that link that has, I think there was maybe 10 or 15 little passages that has that little quiz on it. I may put up a couple more, but the list of fallacies that you'll need to know will be the one that we've got at the link there. Okay, so those will be 1 point each. These 25 questions, you should be able to go through these pretty quickly. You'll want to, so that you've got time for your essay questions. And you want to be able to get through these pretty quickly. And really, if you put in the time studying, you can get pretty solid percentage of the points here, because it's all there for you really to know. It's just a matter of putting in the time. Okay. So also we will have a short section on the logic and truth tables that we've been doing. Just 5 questions there, 5 points. Distributed as follows. 2 questions simply require you to fill in the 1-column truth table for 2 of the basic statement forms. That's the kind of simple one where it's just conditional, conjunction, disjunction, or negation, and you just have to fill in the column for the one statement. So look for the handout that says basic statement forms. So that should be pretty easy. 2 questions will ask you to determine whether a given argument form is valid or invalid, and look at that handout for proving validity and invalidity. That takes a little more doing, but if you get that down, it's actually quite easy once you get the system down. So I'll give you 2 arguments, and you'll have to make a truth table for them and demonstrate, literally, whether they're valid or invalid. So I'll take the arguments right from the ones on that handout. So if you can do all the ones on the handout, that says proving validity and invalidity, you should be fine. Okay, and I'll just have one question where I'm going to give you just the sequence of symbols. There'll be an argument, and I'll say what's the name of this argument for. Modus tollens, modus ponens, denying the consequent, disjunctive syllogism, those. So that's all there, 5 questions too, 5 points. Really, all of these first 3 sections you want to be able to get through pretty briskly. That gets us to the 4th section, which is the essay questions. You will be given a list of 3. There's only going to be 3 to choose from. These are all from Nozick, and these are about emotion, love, and happiness that we've been going over. So if you look at these, they're fairly involved. They each have really a number of things that they're asking you to do. So your best bet is probably to break the questions that you're choosing down into each of the sub-questions that I'm really asking you. Probably, 4, 5, 6 things that you really need to say in order to say everything I'm asking you to. Just, break it down into the manageable little parts and answer each little part separately, and then just put it together. And if you can do that and you can remember that, it's really just a matter of kind of weaving it together a little bit, and that's not even so important. More important is that you do each thing that I'm asking you to. And I'll have some little talking over of that as well. So you can select any of the 2. You'll be given that list of 3, and that will be that. So it's closed notes, closed book. It's on March 25th, 50 points total, broken down as follows. You'll have the whole class period, and you do need to bring a green book or a blue book. Sometimes it's just called an examination book. Get those from the bookstore. If you don't know what they are, you can ask them there. You'll use them if you haven't yet. Part of your college experience. Okay, so we will have some time to review for this in class, but really all the links and all the material is there for you. We don't have any new material that we're going over, so at this point it's really a matter of going back over and preparing yourself for the midterm with the resources that are available. This page here is constructed such that, and really much of the course is, that at this point your preparation for the midterm is really self-directed. We've gone through the readings, you should have notes, we talked about the stuff in class, there's study questions, there's audio, overviews, and now we've got it all in one place. It's really up to you now to be self-directed and prepare yourself for the midterm as outlined here. So certainly, by all means, ask me questions about specific points that you run into where you need additional help, but really, at this point, it's up to you to find where you need help. I don't have any kind of grand study prep or review session that's going to kind of magically answer all the questions for you. I will respond to any specific questions that you ask me, but that's pretty much how it's going to go. You have the question, I'll respond to it. If there are no questions, then it's pretty much up to you to just go forward. Okay, so have fun.